Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. I've been taking a decent amount of break from just uploading, mainly because I've been thinking about like what I actually want to accomplish with all of my art, as well as what I actually want to do, like what's the end goal, right? And obviously, I have been one to say just keep going, but I feel like it's also important to not lose sight of why you started in the first place, as well as maybe anything that you might want to do at any given time. Like, there's no point in barreling down to a goal when you don't really have sight of where you're heading. Because like, if you're just running straight with no like not looking up at all, like next thing you know you're stranded on like an island. And I know that's probably not the best analogy, but the point still stands. I really do feel like for the most part I've kind of lost track of what exactly I've been doing all this practice for. But not just that, I also feel like I really want to spend time to actually understand what I want to get out of this, you know? I spent all this time practicing, and even though like it no matter what, practice is good for the most part, I do also think that I don't want to feel like I'm wasting my time, right? And I was starting to feel like I was losing track of things as well as wasting my time, and I just need to take a bit of momentum and give myself a break per se to just actually think about it. What do I want? How do I want this to go? What does this look like in the future? And it's not necessarily something I never did, but it's something I definitely feel like I'm happy I spent the time to do. Anyways, I really appreciate the break I took. But one of the things I did get out of it was, not only did it like sort of recenter, but it also helped me get my drive per se back. I've been wanting to draw, but I've just been forcing myself to like take a break so that I can really think about what I want to get out of this. Right? Like, for example, back when I created the channel initially, I spent a lot of time saying, oh, I want to eventually be able to draw like comics and stuff. But as you guys can see, I haven't really spent any time really actually progressing that goal, right? Or that aspect of my goals. Not necessarily because I completely lost sight of it, because I do think that's something I've had on my mind the entire time. I'm not like, if I'm gonna be honest, it's something I've had on my mind the entire time. But just because it's on my mind doesn't even mean that it's something I'm consciously making an effort to get closer to, right? I'm doing all this practice because I've identified some things that I struggled with, but how long ago did I really revisit where I'm at currently to think of like, okay, what do I need to work on now, right? What is the move now, right? I've only really focused on things I've struggled on for like 2 years now. Haven't really changed what those things are. And because of that, I do think part of me feels like I've wasted time, but at the end of the day, you can't really waste any time if you don't know better, right? Like, in order to actually truly waste time, you need to have the full awareness of what you're doing, and then make the conscious decision to intentionally intentionally do things incorrectly. But that's besides the point. Anyways, one of the main things I got out of this, though, and I'm really happy I got out of it, was it's okay to not know what you're doing. It's okay to feel like you're wasting time. It's okay to feel like you want more to get out of this. But what matters isn't just that, but rather what you do with that information. These are natural feelings, right? You shouldn't really feel too upset about this, right? This is a natural feeling, but what you do with that natural feeling really does determine how things go. For me, I decided that, in order for me to be better acquainted with my art and to be not only improve better, but to be more fruitful with my work, I needed to take a break from drawing. I need to take a break to actually think about, what do I actually want? What is my actual goal? And because of that, I feel like not only am I moving in a way better direction personally. Like, I just completed this artwork that you guys are watching, if you're still watching this far, right? I just created this artwork, and not really created, but I finished it, and it was like genuinely the first time like doing line art sort of clicked for me. It was the first time when I was doing the entire line art process, where I was like, whoa, I actually understand what I'm doing. And all it was is I forced myself to just pick a random brush, right? Pick a random brush and just draw. Nothing else, because I realized if I want to get closer to my goal, right, I need to just do stuff. I can't sit here and anytime I go into a struggle or go into something I'm not really comfortable with, I just look away. Or I have to do it. And line art, for example, is one thing that whenever I get to the line art stage of most of my artwork, I give up. Or not necessarily give up, but I hit a wall and I don't really want to continue because I never feel comfortable. But I by spending the time to actually think about it and go, okay, do I actually want this? I was able to, push through it a bit more, right? The resistance wasn't as important anymore because I realized, no matter what this looks like, no matter if it looks good or bad, this is something I need to do to get to my end goal. And because of that, I really do think that this is one of the best things I've made up until this point. Obviously, you're going to have your ups and downs. You're not going to think everything looks good. Things are going to look good. Things are going to look trash. Things are going to be good. Things are going to be trash. But at the end of the day, just making progress is enough. And when I say just making progress, it could be as little as literally just drawing a single square, right? But as long as you drew that square, you're one square better than you were yesterday. Anyways, hopefully you guys took something out of that. It's really important, not necessarily to know what you want, because no one knows exactly what they want, but it's important to have an idea of what you truly want, not necessarily what the material aspects of what you want are, but what you are imagining when you imagine art, or imagining really anything. When you think of something you really like doing, what is the first thing that comes to mind? And just keep that in your mind. Keep that, how do I get to that point, right? How do I make progress to that point? And I think, like I said in the previous video, it's not really about getting there, but it's about keeping that in mind, keeping that as like your goal, right? And what that goal materializes into can be 100 different things. But what is important, and what's the most important, is that no matter what it materializes into, that you keep moving towards it. And yeah. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I don't know if I'm gonna do more videos like this. I did stop doing the daily videos, not necessarily because they weren't fun, but just because I feel like I needed to spend more time to actually think about what things meant for me. And this video sort of allowed me to do that. This artwork, I think I'm gonna post this. I don't know when this video is gonna come out. I think I'm gonna put this video out in the morning rather than out of the normal, just immediately after I record it, just because I feel like this video for me is a little bit more important than just a normal daily upload. I also think I'm gonna do more videos like this because I've been noticing, even with the previous video, the one that I uploaded before I took that break, that one, like, I felt like I just needed to let that one sit on the channel. That was another motivation factor for why I didn't upload for a bit. I just felt like I just need to let that sit. I made that video and I really truly stood behind what I said in the video, so I'm just gonna let it sit there and let people see what they need to see and move forward from that. So I'm glad I gave that video the time that it got. Anyways, yeah, thank you for watching. You can catch me, I don't know if what my reporting looked like, but you can catch me on Instagram. I'm gonna be posting a little bit more frequently now that I'm actually finishing art, which is insane. It's insane to say that, right? Like, this is the first thing I finished in so long. I've been a chronic getting to the finish line and then stopping, and this is like proof that I can do it. So I'm really happy. Anyways, hopefully you guys got something out of this. Even with this art piece, like, I feel like I could have made it so much better than I actually did. But it doesn't really matter. What matters is I did it, right? I could have stopped. I could have had it at this point and said, you know, this could be better, and then stopped and never returned. But I didn't. I got through and I finished it. So I'm pretty happy with that. Anyways, thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate everything you guys do for me, and I will see you guys. Well, I normally say tomorrow, but realistically, I'll probably see you guys next week. Anyways, oh yeah, with streams, I'm gonna try and stream again, like, frequently. I just had to take a break from it. I was too tired this week. Anyways, thank you very much, and I'll see you guys later. Have a great day.